What's up, everybody? Gerardi from the 3T crew. This is our G1 Climax Block B Night 8 review. But before that, as always, if you want to listen to the 3T podcast, listen to us on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Podbean, and iHeartRadio. If you want to support the 3T crew and buy a t-shirt, we have our general logo shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com, as well as this, the 3T crew t-shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com. If you want to follow us on social media, check us out on Instagram at Through the Table and at Ice Strong Style. If you want to check us out on Twitter, follow us at 3TPod. And lastly, and newly, we're on TikTok at iStrongStyle. Now let's jump into review. Let's start off our Young Lion Path to Dominance action. Yota Tsuji, Gabriel Kidd, went to a 15-minute draw, which is rare in the Young Lion stuff. You know, I really haven't done this in a while where they have the Young Lions draw. I think it might have gone back years, right? So this was a big deal. Great match, too. Really exciting. Yota is the odds-on favorite to win this tournament, but Gabriel Kidd is right there. He's the one who showed more fight than Yuha has so far. We're at the halfway point now of this tournament, so it's starting to get a crunch time for them. Now let's jump into the G1 Climax 30 Block B action with the opening match, Juice Robinson versus Yano. Comedy match, as always. A couple spots with the schoolboy pin where Yano gave Juice his t-shirt, he didn't want to wear it, and then he wore it, and then almost got pinned. They did the hand sanitizer spot where they sprayed each other in the eyes. They did the tape, and Yano's like making fun of Juice hopping in the ring and hopping around the ring. Juice Robinson wins. The undefeated G1 Titan Toru Yano has gone down. He's sitting at 3-1 in the block. Juice Robinson's also sitting at 3-1 in the block. They are still tied for first place in the block, even though Juice does have the head-to-head win. This could factor in later on if one of these guys does win or they do tie. But we'll see about that. I don't think so for either guy. Now, into the second match of the evening. This was a really quick one. I legit went to get a drink in the middle of the start of this match. Middle or start, whatever you want to win. Went about 3 minutes. Goto versus ZSJ. I went to go get some ginger ale. You know, everyone loves ginger ale. I went to go grab a drink. And I turn around and Zack Sabre Jr. pins him. I'm like, oh, so, okay. That's like unheard of at this point in the G1. Guys getting squashed effectively or even caught off guard. Zack Sabre Jr. wins. He's sitting at 2-2. Goto is right there also. Right now, B block is a lot more tighter than what A block is so far. Now we're jumping into the break. You know, they clean the ring. They promote their merchandise. We jump into, which I thought was the match of the night, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the rising Yoshihashi. Yeah. This is playing off their feud in the G1 last year, and I believe the year before, where Tanahashi calls Yoshihashi unmotivated, lazy, and how guys have passed you by. Now treading into 2020, Yoshihashi's on the rise now. He's performing at a higher level. He's the never openweight 6-man champion. And Tanahashi is Tanahashi. He is still, well, he's kind of the ace still. You know, in my eyes he is. But he's not the same Tanahashi from years ago. And yet, he still overcomes Yoshihashi, but this time Tanahashi gives him respect post-match and gives him some kind words. You know, says he appreciates the fight that Yoshihashi brought to him. Big match, high fly flow. Tanahashi's sitting at 2 points now. He's not 2 points, 2 wins, so 4 points. And quick math, I'm not doing Steiner math here. He's sitting at 4 points. Yoshihashi, I believe, is at 1 point. I want to say he has 2 points. So they're still both in it. Tanahashi's a dark horse at this point. He might win this tournament. You never know with Tanahashi. Now we jump into Bullet Club versus Bullet Club, which a lot of people are looking forward to. Kenta versus Evil. For me, this match went a little too long for me. It dragged at some parts. Kenta's methodical style and Evil's whole style where he's trying to cheat and have Dick Togo get involved. It really didn't mesh well for me. I thought this was one of the weakest matches of the tournament so far. The best part of the match was the opening sequence where Evil and Dick Togo too sweet each other, but do not too sweet Kenta when he offers it up. You don't too sweet a good brother, there's going to be tensions in Bullet Club. Now, if we were going to get Evil and Jay White in the finals, that's where it gets really interesting. Well, I don't know if we're going to get that. But Evil wins. Now, Evil's now catching up. He's at 2 points. Kenta's at 2 points, I believe. They're both around 2 wins. See, I'm still messing it up. They're both at 4 points, 2 wins apiece. Now the main event in a must-win territory in his hometown of Nagata. Sanada, the Cold Skull versus Tetsuya Naito. Second best match of the night, really strong main event. Sanada's super over in his hometown. You don't really hear it as much due to the lack of crowd noise, but the clapping was just intense throughout. There was moments where the crowd was clapping for it felt like minutes straight. Naito and him, no one really played a heel in this match. Kind of opposite of what Shingo and Naito was last year in the G1, where Naito was clearly the heel in that match. This was a babyface versus babyface. A lot of awesome sequences built around the Destino and Cold Skull, which could easily be countered for each other. And I thought that really played well throughout this entire match. If you watch some of the sequences, you have Naito going for Destino, gets countered to Cold Skull. Sanada goes for Cold Skull and gets hit with Destino. Really awesome seeing sequences like that. Sanada finally picks up his first win of the tournament. Now he's at 1-3 with 2 points in the block. Naito has at 3-1. Biggest points of this is Sanada needed this win to stay relevant in this tournament. Because if you're 0-4, you would have to run the table at 5-4 and still need help to win this block. Right now, his Destino is still in his hands. And now the second reason why Destino is still in his hands is now that he beat Naito, he has a claim on a title shot at some point. Whether that's at Power Struggle in November, I believe November 7th, or after that in December, leading into Wrestle Kingdom, he's probably due a title shot. So if he doesn't win, he's definitely going to get a title shot. I hope he wins the block. I don't think he's going to win the tournament as I picked Jay White, but I think he might run the table unless he loses to Tanahashi or Evil. I think those are the two ones that are really looming on the horizon for Sanada. Naito, I think, is going to continue being strong. I believe he'll finish with 7 wins, 2 losses, or 6 wins, 3 losses. It'll be somewhere around there, unless he runs the table, wins a tournament. This is B block is trying to shape up as a 3-horse race for me: Tanahashi, Naito, and Sanada. Now we're getting into the second half of the tournament. You're going to start realizing that certain guys are just out of the tournament altogether. In A block, Takahashi's already long out of it. Yoshi-Hashi's practically out of it at this point. We'll see where it goes from there. B block has been kind of weaker so far, but they're starting to catch up in A block in quality to me. But until next time, that's Gerard from the 3T Crew signing off. Next time we'll bring you in Night 9 action of the G1 Climax. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think was the best match? What was the worst match? Do you think Sanada's going to run the table and win the block? Do you think Naito or Tanahashi? Or you think there's going to be a crazy thing where Yano wins the G1? Yep. And now, in the description, all our links to our social medias and also current standings of the tournament. See ya.